Hey, what's going on? It's me, Greg Marshall, and today I wanted to talk to you about how to utilize influencer marketing to grow your business. And the way you do that is you want to identify the influencers who have your target audience first. And then once you understand who they are, then you want to start reaching out to them and figuring out how you can creatively either offer some content or some value for them in order for them to want to do a deal, or ask them what their going rate is for pricing, so that if you say, hey, I'll pay you this much, can you distribute this to your fans or followers, it's worth it. You just have to do the math and make sure you know what you're trying to get out of the deal if you're going to go the influencer marketing route. And so you have to structure the deals that make sense for both you and the influencer, and you don't necessarily want to try to minimize how much you pay the influencer, because then they'll have less incentive if you're not offering them any other type of way or value to push your message out to their following. Because remember, these influencers have spent time, sometimes money, and a lot of energy to build up their following base. And so you have to be very careful on how you treat that audience and what you're proposing, and you want to make it very smooth. So you could even do things where sometimes influencers don't necessarily want to do things that are overly promotional. So you could even propose, like, if you post this, just leave it for a few hours, and you can delete it, after 3 or 4 or 5 hours, so that, your feed still looks consistent. Or you can utilize another tactic, which is if they're not doing paid ads and you would like to target their audience and have them featured in one of your ads, then I would actually go to them, compile an engagement audience of the last year or 6 months or 2 months, whatever, get that into your ads manager, and then start running ads towards their following with the influencer in your ad, whether that's you talking and interviewing them or them interviewing you, or just a happy picture or whatever. But you got to be creative. So influencer marketing can really work. It's almost no different than running paid ads or sending direct mail or having a billboard. It's about distribution, trying to get in front of the target audience that you're trying to get after, and making sure that they actually have that audience. Because one thing you want to be careful of is, like, an example, a lot of influencers that maybe are promoting a certain way, it may seem that they are, that their audience may be all women, but it might be all men, and vice versa. So you want to ask them, what are their demographics? Where are they all from? What age? How old are they? And you just want to get as much information as possible so that you can maximize your influencer marketing. And then you can utilize social media influencing. You can utilize email. You can utilize whatever, in person. Just look at whoever has the audience that you want. See how you can do a creative deal, and either how can you pay them at a reasonable cost, or how can you do a trade-off where maybe you make some great content or you give them free stuff in exchange for them to promote you. But keep in mind, in order for it to work, the influencer probably doesn't want it to be, probably doesn't want the content to be overly salesy or overly, over the top. So keep that in mind when you're proposing what type of content you make, so that they're more likely to say yes. You can get in front of their audience, build a strong relationship, and at the end of the day, ultimately help grow your business. So if you ever have any questions, leave a comment below, send me a direct message, and like, follow, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.